Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Okay. Well, the market seems to be working quite normally. We are getting rid of inventory at night. Let's go take a look at what we've got. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Tibby, Raj, Charles. Nice trade, Matt. 15 points on 3 contracts. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's all you need. You do that every day. That's a beautiful trade. Okay, so overnight inventory was a little short. It's corrected up. Overnight highs just underneath the previous day high. Okay. We got probably a ton of inventory underneath 69.50, and obviously there were a whole bunch of people who got short under 69.50 yesterday, and they're holding the bid up in the overnight. So let's see. Oh, oh, nice work. So you use the AI to walk you through your analysis? That's beautiful. That's really nice. It's not bad, eh? I mean, it's pretty amazing the technology that our AI, you know, has, especially for the price. It's free with our Microfutures, with our trading syndicate. Um, when you join the trading syndicate, you get the AI for free. And unlike, traditional, well, not traditional, regular AI models, the information it comes from trusted sources, so that's a good thing. So let's see what we've got. We've got a few single prints here. Let's go take a look and see what we're dealing with. Yeah, you can see that 69.50, the overnight low. There were probably a ton of people who got trapped short in here. And as the market went up, typical M period. We didn't have a poor low yesterday, but almost a poor low. You could see the selling starting to dry out in the 69.24s. And I'm still dealing with this cold, and so I haven't really been trading actively this week. I haven't been working much this week. It's just been difficult. So I I looked up. I was like in and out of consciousness, so I went and looked up. But okay. So same deal, liquidation, collection. Go take it and distribute it. A little bit of a short position here at 69.68. Yeah, I sound a little bit better, but my body's like really, really tired. Like really tired. So it's just a pain in the butt. Alrighty. So we are distributing over 69.68, right? The inventory of the evening is underneath us. People are trapped short here. So you can think of that as like a support level or a table, and then we'll take this inventory and we're going to go sell it up here, right? That's distribution. And that's when you first look at a profile chart like this, it's not obvious until you understand how a market works, and you can put two and two together, and you can see you can see where inventory is accumulated and then distributed for profit. So people always go, JJ, how do you tell? Well, accumulation happens down here, distribution happens down here, right? And if you keep it that simple, you really keep yourself out of trouble. So my cost basis is 56 to 60, double it to 68, double it to 84. So now this is our cost basis. This is 2 times profit. This is 4 times profit. So you can see this is being distributed here for profit. Simple. Very simple. Now, how do we trade this? Well, no trade right now. Alrighty. Hey Yoder, how you doing? I was up at like 4 in the morning, so my sleep's all weird. Put some crypto articles in there for you and some charts in the crypto room. Looks like there were some buy-ins in crypto, which helped keep the market above 92,000, or what was it? Yeah, 92,000. Let's see. See if Bitcoin can get up to 99, 98. Let's see. It's interesting in Bitcoin. You look, the liquidation just came down right into the cost basis of March, April, and it didn't get, it went lower than 84,000 just for that one day, and it went right into that cost basis and then popped out of it. So it's starting to find its legs as an asset. Hey Jerry, how you doing? Hey, listen, as long as you got one good trade out, Matt, that's all you need. If you could have that tunnel vision and make your money, that's really all you need to do, brother. You know, we don't have to, you know, as the great Al Davis said, just win, baby. Doesn't have to be pretty, right? Doesn't have to be pretty. You know, you're from Calgary. You should get that reference. Okay, head down. The market's not moving at all. As soon as I get on stream, right? Oh, okay, we're done. Does anybody have any questions? So this is what we do every morning. We do the same thing. We go and look and see where the inventory was, where it's being distributed. And you go look for, oh, okay, so if we break 69.50, we'll come down into this area here, the 43, 33 area. But for now, you know, the market is doing what it's supposed to do. Markets take inventory that they bought at cheaper prices and they get rid of it at night, right? It's the beauty of the night market, right? Get rid of all your stale inventory. And the nice thing is, if people short, a lot of product in cost basis like they did yesterday, because everybody loves to short when the market is at its lows. It seems to be a thing because they're convinced it's going lower. Now, what happened with that Supreme Court doohickey? What's the deal with that? The decision on tariffs didn't come out yesterday, right? I mean, I was really sick yesterday, so it got delayed naturally. So now it's Friday. Okay. Push the drama back a few days. All right. Ah, yes, the holiday. That's right. It's a 3-day weekend. Ooh, much needed for me anyway. Get rid of this flu. Oh, folks, let's see. What do you do when it's really, really slow like this? Well, we'll wait for London to open, and let's see if London opens and corrects inventory back down. The overnight point of control, so where all the inventory is priced, is down here at 58, and we're going to try and sell that up here. As long as that bid under 68 holds, we'll be okay. Now, if that bid doesn't hold, we'll come back down to cost basis. Now, what that means in plain simple English is, say you buy 100 apples, and you pay, say, 50 cents for them. Then you try and sell them for $1. Well, you'll be making sales, and people will be buying your apples, and then all of a sudden you'll start seeing the flow of customers you know, start dropping. So now you gotta, say you bought 100 apples and you sold them at $1 or 80 cents or 90 cents, and you're going back and forth. Well, what are you gonna do when people won't pay that? You gotta put it on sale, right? That's commerce. So if we put it on sale, and keep dropping the price and see if people will buy. And then if we get a big buyer, we'll raise the price and see if all the little buyers will chase, right? We use that big buyer as leverage. So say they sell the market down to like 67 and they see a big buyer there. Well, then they're going to raise the price because as soon as a big buyer comes in, all the little buyers, the chasers, will just start jumping in and buying. Especially people who watch the DOM and people who watch, they're like, oh my God, there's a big buyer, let's get some, right? And then the sellers could raise price. That's just commerce, right? Yeah, Yoder, I'm not going to touch that comment with a 10-foot barge pole. uh, oh, gotta really watch what you say in this day and age. Holy Christmas. Oh. Ah, Raj, thank you. Yes. Aha. There was the gap down, right? We opened on a gap down, and then we filled the gap. So we're just kind of going back and forth in that area. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Yoder, ain't touching that one, brother. No, thank you. I don't need to get canceled. I don't need to get hate mail. As they say where I grew up, I'm just sitting here minding my own business, reading the Bible, drinking a glass of water. Can't get into any trouble doing that. Ugh. That's the beautiful thing about price action. It has nothing to do with religion or politics. Ugh. Yes, we did have that poor high in Globex, did we, Raj? Very good. Very, very good. So it looks like the algos are set to snooze. Hmm. I see the doc's up and typing. Hey, doc. Let's look at these crypto deals. This BM at R it came right back into cost basis and it's cleaning up. Let's see what happens. MicroStrategy finally got over 174. It, see, the thing about these markets is, they'll build a cost basis, they'll go distribute, and when it gets really bad, they'll come right back to that cost basis. It happens in anything, whether it's Bitcoin or, anything that you're looking at. Markets will always sell off back down to a cost basis, right? And if you don't understand what cost basis is, come into our room. We'll teach you. It's really simple. Cost basis is just where, you buy your product before you distribute it, right? It's really all it is. SLV, what was our high? 84.78. And I had that 84, 87.90 level. Look at it, it's just gappy, gap, 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 gap. So there's three gaps in the silver. Gold above 416.86. Nice. Everybody else was having a tough day. Crabapple has that seller 261.67. Nvidia, let's see if it supports 179.64. ASML finally had a red day. I don't know, I'm just going through equities because there's really nothing going on. Western Digital. Good old Goldman. Yeah, it's not much going on, folks. Okay. We came down to that area. There's still, remember how I said you put it on sale and you find a big buyer? So you can see that there's buyers here. And now if you were actively looking at this, you know that there's a seller here. And then the next seller will be up here at the top of those two candles. And the next seller will be up there, right? Hey, Doc, how are you? You back? Your Christmas vacation's done, right? So you're back? Look above 60, 69.95 and fail. Oh, that's a good move. Nice, nice. Yeah, not much for scalpers right now. And as Doc said, he's stalking his position trade, so basically we had 3 or 4 days up and then a liquidation break. And I told you guys, we've been doing this over and over again. We move up, we get a liquidation, and you get these weird kind of B profiles, right? You get a liquidation, then you get accumulation, and a move back up into these accumulation profiles, a move back up. And that seems to be the way business is going these days. We are still close to all-time highs, but there is inventory above us. So Doc was saying if it gets back above this 95, and he's looking for a look above and fail of that, which is a smart trade because there's a ton of inventory right here. So there's supply up here. So if we hit that supply and come back down, that's what he would initiate his short. So he's been with us for a while. He's been with me pretty much since the beginning of this room. So when you're trading larger time frames like he is, you're really waiting for a level, and he's learned to sit and wait and basically hunt that level. $70 to 72? Well, that works too. Aaron, that works too, right? I'm not really, well, my head feels like it's stuffed full of cotton balls, so it's not like I'm the execution genius this morning. And I apologize this week. I have not been completely 100% myself, so a lot of people were like, "Oh, why do you just cancel the streams?" Well, people depend on the streams, so I want to at least be able to lay out what's going on. See if we can move that point of control higher. Now, because these markets have been very, very speculative, I gotta say I'm a little short biased here. When London opens, let's see if London can take out that low at 69. And if it does, then your first target will be like 63 and then 61 to the downside. If it doesn't, it's going to go and try and take out 75 half and then 77. Playing off those signals, that's good, Aaron. It's good. Hey, Phil, how you doing? Nice work, Jerry. Good stuff. Getting back into it. Beautiful, beautiful. So you can see that's where the signal prints are. You can see the bid every time it comes down here. The sellers, so we've got this little bit of a balance, right? A little bit of a rotation. And that is a distribution balance or a distribution rotation. Contract volumes are almost 71,000. Yeah, so if you're buying 70, selling 72, that works. Do it a couple of times. Gosh, this is slow. Oops, sorry. Oh boy. Let's see. Yeah. Anybody have any questions? Want to talk about anything? It's really, really slow. If it continues to be this slow and let it opens, we'll let it open, let it trade for a bit. And if nothing's going on, I'll let you folks go a little early. From yesterday, Alexander. Remember we opened on a gap and we filled it? Sometimes you just kind of go back and forth in that area. All right, here we go, London. Here comes the excitement. Get ready. Brace yourselves. Ooh, 3 ticks. London doesn't know what to do. 4 ticks. Here we go. Seems to be a bid at 71. We know that there's sellers at 72 and a half. Oh my goodness. Hope this fun never ends. Just doesn't know which way to go. Yeah, it got filled pretty quick. Yeah, the signals are holding, right? Right? And that volume's building out. If those signals hold, we're going to try, Phil, to move that point of control up, which means we're going to try and sell the cheap crap that we bought at 58. We're going to try and get rid of it in the 70s, which would be okay. There's about 1,907 contracts, 1,907 contracts. So got to put a little meat on the bone here and move that point of control up. Somebody needs to come in and buy 1,000 contracts here. And then maybe we can put it on sale. Let's see. Watch that K high at 73. There's that seller. Are they going to sell into it? Watch the offer when it gets to that white line. Yep, seller's still there, my friends. Now let's see if those buyers are still there under 69. So say you shorted 72, right? Go put a bid right here at 69 and 3/4, half. See if you get a cover. And if you get covered at a half, your 69 and 68 bids should get filled. Let's see if we fill these single prints. Oh, we just filled one. There's 2 left. Excitement never ends. And sometimes what happens is we'll fill those single prints, catch a bid, and then move up higher off of them. Hey, Dave, how you doing? Do me a favor, Dave, and apologize to Graham because I've been sick. I haven't been in touch, but I will be. Okay, there's a seller now at 70, right? You can see the top of that candle is at 70. Wait for the next candle and see if the next candle opens under 70, which it most probably will. Our target will be 68. And remember what I said, we're going to come back down to cost basis. So they fill the single prints. See if we catch a bid, or if we continue back down. And if you're short, say you're short 71, 72 against those sellers there at 72.5, you cover a little bit here, right? Now, the next area where you're going to have some bids are just here. And if it breaks that 67.5, she'll drop right back down. We'll see what kind of bids are sitting here now. Nope. See the bids right there. Huh. I do everything manually, Yoder. So so this is what I do, right? Good question. So say I was short 71.5, using that as my stop. Why do I use that as my stop? Because if those sellers lift, there's no reason to be short. So say I was short here, I'd go and I'd put a bid here. I'd put a bid here. Say I shorted 5 contracts here. 1, 2, 3, and then I'd put my 4 and 5 down here, right? Sorry. So what I do is, if this bid gets filled, great. If this bid gets filled, great. If this bid gets filled, great. So say 4 out of my 5 buy orders when I'm short get filled, and the 5th one doesn't, then I don't just go cover. Very simple. That's how large traders in the old days would trade before algos and stuff like that. You'd put in an order, you'd buy product or you'd sell, and then you'd use the orders. Like if you were long, you'd use your sell orders to see whether or not people are willing to pay higher prices, right? So say I was long 70, I'd have a 72 and a 72 half sell order at a 73, right? So you use your trade to tell you whether or not the trade's working. Now the problem is when most people start trading, they're really like they don't know what's going on. That's why in our room we teach them step by step, right? What we do. So you do the same thing every time. So you train yourself. So as soon as I'm long, like our steps are, you put in your buy order, then you put in your stop. As soon as that buy order gets executed, you put your sell orders in. And if those sell orders sell, great. If not, get out of the trade. This way, the best market intelligence is using your execution. To tell you whether or not your trade's working. It's better than any indicator you'll ever have. So if I was long 70, I'd be out here. Especially if you know there's a seller at 72.5 and 73, right? You might hold a runner and put that sell order out at 75. And if it drops back down under 72, take your 2 points. Don't be greedy, right? That's why I can never understand why people have stops at break even. They let the trade go all the way up and come back down and break even, and then they're like, oh, like what's the point of even doing business, right? They do things like that because they don't understand the business. When you don't understand the business, you don't understand the reason and the business reason for taking those trades. So if we teach you that, then you can trade with a little bit of intelligence about what's really going on. So say I still had a couple of runners, right? If I was long 70 and I sold 72, 73, I know there's going to be a seller at 75 and a quarter, so I'd probably sell 74 half, 74 three quarters. Right? I always like to undercut the competition, just in case. And I'd be out by here, right? Yeah, we like to take profits. I really don't find, I don't see the logic of trading and giving back all your money, or trading and being in profit and giving it back. I just don't get that. It doesn't make a lot of business sense. Took the overnight high. So that's cool. Enough people got short here to push price up, take the overnight high. Move it up a little bit. Do we have enough juice to take out that high from yesterday? There we go. If we take out the overnight high, my target is 69.83 and a quarter. Right? Found sellers right at yesterday's high. First lower target will be 75, then 74, then 72 quarter. Hmm. There you go. If you were quick, you would have been short here, stop here, cover, and then you'd wait for it to come back into this cost basis. That was okay. I don't even have my trading account open right now. I'm just not with it enough to put money at risk. And eventually, we're going to move that point of control up here and distribute our inventory. Indeed it has, Doc. Indeed it has. And now it'll just bounce around back and forth, back to distribution. There we go. Sun's found some bids at 75. Back up. Hey, Mike, how you doing? You had the flu for 4 weeks. Wow. Yeah, it's been like a week and a half for me, and holy cow. It's not fun. So it must be going around the north. The building I live in has about 300 apartment buildings in it, so it's full of a bunch of students. They all just came back from Christmas vacation, so I'm sure that's what's going on. Yeah, that's one of my cardinal rules is if you're overtired, if you're stressed out, if you're sick, don't trade. Right? It's you need all your facilities to do this. You have to be able to concentrate and you have to be feeling, you know, you have to be feeling on the ball. Otherwise, it's just, you know, you're being very dangerous with your money. I would rather not make money than to lose it. That's just the way I was taught. Your grandson's got it too? Yeah, it's brutal. Oh, well, folks, that's pretty much it. Now we're just going to wait for that point of control to move up and see if that brings in more buying, or we're going to have to put it on sale. But right now, we have bids at 68 and we have bids at 74. Not much else going on. So the point of control will either move up here or here, because that's where the most volume is right now. There's about 1200 here. There's about 1246 here. It's like 1400 and something to move that thing up. Oh, 1907. So still has a few. Yeah, I had to actually cancel the execution class yesterday because I was coughing so much. Pretty brutal. Anywho. Well, folks, I'm going to let you guys go a little early unless you guys have questions. Remember, we are in distribution. If you see a clear trade, take it. Make sure you use stops. Be smart about it. Hunt your trade, stock your trade, you know. And we'll see you at 9 o'clock Eastern Time for our next session. Have a Kit Kat. Thanks, Alexander. We'll see you guys. Hey, on the positive note, I lost another 2 kilograms being sick, which, hey, that's beautiful. I'm down almost 18 kilograms now, so that's great. Nothing like a virus to help you lose weight. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you at 9 o'clock. Bye for now. Appreciate you guys. Mahalo, Seymour.